Hi everyone, how y'all doing? I'm Becky for Becky Selman's Art Studio. I figured I'd come back one more time and show another spiral, but do it in reds. I want to do one. I did one in blues and I didn't do the video, so I'm going to do one in reds today. And I want to show y'all how I'm going to do it again. But I'm going to add some white and some iridescent gold and some bronze. So I've got a few reds. I've got two reds, two real reds mixed up. I've got, what is the name of this? It's Posse Allen's Red Shimmer. That's a real red, real pretty red, and it's got some shimmer in it. 7-to-1 mix. Pour. Y'all can get it from Krista. Of course, I always promote her. She's my gal. She's my pouring medium queen. So, unless I tell y'all something different, that's what I'm going to use with my acrylics, glitter, all of that. So I've got Brilliant Magenta. It's almost gone, so I'm going to use that. It's a pink. Pyrrole Red. I've got Chestnut Bronze to give it some metallic. I've got Fluorescent Red by Liquitex Basics. I have a few more tubes of that in the shop. If anybody would like to find some or purchase any. Orange Marmalade by Posse Paints. This is a pigment that I'm going to try. I usually don't like pigments because they dry funky flat with mix for me for some reason. But I found, and I know everybody knows these, the Jacquard Pyrrole Red pigment, powdered pigments. But I was noticing that, and I'm just experimenting, that they also come out with a Pyrrole Red varnish. So I've got some that I'm going to put out in January in my shop. But I'm trying this out as a experiment to see how it works with mix. And overnight, man, it didn't separate with mix. So I'm hoping it doesn't dry a funky flat and it works with mix. If it does, yay. We've found what works with mix and pigments. And maybe we can move on to a different pigment with that. So, and then we have just a little bit that I'm just going to string around is the Golden's Iridescent Bright Gold Fine. And this is just a little bit of, it was just satin enamels and, what did I put in that? Liquitex Iridescent Medium. But I wanted to make sure it was a little bit more opaque than that. So I added a little bit of Global Colors Regular White. So I'm going to add that in for a little bit of flat definition between the reds. Just a little, not a lot. I don't want it to be overtaken by white. I just may just string on some streaks of white. So, but here we go. I know I talked too much in the beginning, but I just want to tell y'all what I'm doing as an artist. So that way y'all get an idea of what I'm fixing to do and show y'all so you're not lost. And I'm just going to like do the last, like the 12 by 12. I'm just going to puddle everywhere and not just one time in the center. So I won't get uniformed colors. So here's the Allen's Red Shimmer. I just want to, like, it doesn't matter if they touch or they run together. I just want some of these blobs of red. So, and I haven't cleaned any of my sticks, but I don't have a lot of paint left. So, I don't think it's really going to hurt anything. I just don't want to use colors that are going to hurt. So you can even start with different, like add a few orange layers, orange blobs down at first. So that way it's not just uniformed red blobs first. I'm sorry, Lulu. My dog's not, my pup isn't feeling too well. She has an ear infection. 2 ear infections. And we just went and got her 6-month heartworm shot. Her Pro Heart. So she's not feeling her best. I know I told y'all I wasn't going to puddle this. What did I do? Started to puddle. Not doing that no more. No more. I'll break out my little sticks. I got these from Tracy Reed. These are pretty awesome little sticks. For little cups like this. They hold the paint inside of these little holes like honey, like a honey stick. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome, I think. Well, there is a lot of talented artists out there. I tell you, coming up and innovating with new things every day. Y'all got to be watching and listening because there's new things coming out every day. And they're not by big companies. They're these, you know, and they're small people that do this as an enjoyment, that want to further the process of art and make it better. And I commend them. This is the Pyrrole Red. Now I'm going to put down I'm going to try out the pigment, the magenta pigment and the varnish. I think it's going to work. My 15-year-old son decided he was going to come in here, and I was all excited to show him what I had created. The spiral, because I hadn't done those in a while. And he was like, "Oh, Mom, that's cool." Well, you got to kind of walk past, well, you have to walk past my pottery wheel to get to the back to where I'm drying my paintings. Well, he took an interest in the pottery wheel, and he's like, "I want to see this work." Well, I was kind of excited that he took an interest in trying to figure out, you know, wanting to see it in action. I shouldn't have. Because I didn't realize he had Christmas school pants on. And I still had wet paint on my pottery wheel. Didn't end up good at all. I just wanted to cry. It started slinging paint. And I hollered. He hollered. Stop the spinner. Well, I had to fight to get up there. Well, I was covered in paint anyway, because, you know, I had been painting all day. Well, I didn't care. But that poor boy's pants. And, you know, God love him. He said, "Well, we got to take them back anyway because they're too big." You can't take them back now. They're splattered in blue paint. He just looked at me like, "Oh." And then, you know, God love him, he said he's still going to wear them to school. I was like, "No, you're not. You do not have to wear those pants to school." But dadgummit, I told him, no more coming into my paint room where there's wet paint in school clothes, Christmas clothes. No more. You knock on the door and you wait till I come to outside, especially if you've got Christmas clothes on. That was ridiculous. I was so upset. But then, you know, the debacle with me painting his shoes, when I spun the painting, he actually wants me to try to paint his Crocs, like splatter paint. So, y'all, I need help. I need to find the paint, or how to at least seal the paints in a pair of Crocs. So that way, I can do a splatter paint with his Crocs, and he can wear them and it won't wear off. I'm trying to figure that out. Because I can't resin them. I've thought about that. Believe me, that's run through my head. But you can't resin a pair of shoes. That'd be like him wearing a pair of Dutch clogs. I can't have my son in a pair of resin Crocs. I mean, that's an idea, but you can't do it, especially not to a 15-year-old boy. I mean, I know he means well. He loves me and he likes my work, but you just can't. That's not possible for a boy. Now, this is the Iridescent Bright Gold Fine. This is a very treasured color in the art world by Golden. Yes, it is expensive, but it's highly sought after. Highly sought after. It is beautiful. It's not as sought after as the 24K gold because the 24K gold will help you with sales. This does not. But what this does, this will make your head turn. This will catch a person's eye quickly. No doubt about it. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more Barn Red because of the Allen's Red Shimmer because it's gone from the bottom. And I'm just going to kind of drizzle it on. Oh, that was a booger I just avoided. That was good. Good catch. So I think I've got the white. Maybe I shouldn't have put the white on there. You know, I'm really not feeling that white. I wish I could have covered it up somehow. That's okay. Okay. I may add a little dash more orange. Now this is a wasting paint session, but it's so fun and you get so messy. So, I mean, you can't go. I mean, in the pattern, it's not, I mean, it's just a spiral. It's simple spiral. But, oh my gosh, the effects that you get when you use the metallics against the opaques. And then especially if you use like a shifting paint. Yeah. Okay, so I'm done with using, I'm not adding any more paints. That's enough. I'm going to take my sticks out of my cup and put these lids back on because I do have a tad bit more left in each. And we don't waste paint. That's what people don't understand. This paint, it costs money. It's expensive at times when you don't have the money to work with it. Believe me. And some of the paints brands are way more expensive than others. In a perfect world, artists would have their own brands, each and every one of them, and they would all be affordable, and we could all afford everything, to try everybody's brand. But it's not that way. It is not a perfect world. And it sucks sometimes. Yo, I'm just rambling. I told you I wasn't going to put no more paint on, didn't I? Didn't I? But this is that fluorescent red. Kind of want to see it. Want to see if it really pops in the light. Under the black light, because I do have one. Hanging from the ceiling that I can pop on this evening and take a picture of it and see if it'll, at least if the fluorescent red will streak across it, which would be awesome. Okay, I'm trying quickly to get this done. Y'all know how hard it is to find a true, like a good red. It is hard to find a good red. If y'all have found a good red, that is a true red, a true bright red, please let a sister know, because I think I found, you know, I try to find a true red and I get it home and I'm like, oh, this is not what I was going for. So, I didn't put any of this magenta on. That's okay, I don't need it. Don't need it, I'm done. I don't think I need any of that opal either. The fire opal. I don't think I need any black. Y'all think I need any black? I think if I just add any black, it's just going to mute the other colors. So, here we go. We're going to go with it. And see how this works. I had to move my drink so I don't get paint in my straw. All right. Turn this light on over here. So I can flick my... Okay. I'm not doing this with gloves, but I don't plan to touch any of this. And you may hear the scraping. I'm sorry. It is not my intention to hurt your teeth. But simply my intention to keep the embossing tool in the paint far enough to where it moves all the colors. Whoops, kind of off. Kind of hard to see some of these lines. Especially with all these other lines drawn over it. And I may get a little dizzy after this, so y'all just have to bear with me, because the last time I made that 12 by 12, it was a little rough after I stopped the spin and the drag of this. Because you kind of have to really, really focus on where your drag line's going. Trying to stay as close as I can to that line without disrupting it. It's pretty hard. There we go. It wasn't that terribly hard, but I do see some spots that really need a drag line. All right, people. Give me a second. Everything's moving. It's pretty rough. Okay, let's go. Let's spin it. Do you think we should spin it the opposite way first? Why? Do you have a booger in that? That just kind of wobbled. Is that when I moved? Because that's a big wobble. I think that's going to get spun off anyway. But just in case, I don't really like a whole lot of gappy effects. I like that. That's pretty cool. Well, let's spin it this way first. Now we're going to spin it. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. We're going to give it a good spin like that. I got to fix this corner over here. It didn't act like it wanted to spin off. But that's okay. It's always okay in this studio. Because we can always fix it. There's so many lines on this thing anyway that wow. I like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to spin it one more time back the regular way. Just to give. There we go. I don't know if I should have done that. Because now I've just opened up this. I mean, I can always fix it, but just drag it back down. Oh. You know, when you mess with something and you mess it up, I think I just did that. It's still pretty, but I think it was better when all of it was there. Oh, hate when I do that. But I think I've got some pretty spots where I can make jewelry with. So, anyway, I'm going to take this off, scrape it, and show y'all. Hold up. And it kind of spins the paint off for you. So it's not like you have a... Y'all, I'm sorry. You got to scrape that edge of that paint off of these tiles. If you don't, these lines are just going to keep moving. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Alright. That's the finished piece. Pretty reds and golds and coppers. So, let me torch it real quick. There's a few bubbles I see. Got them. All right, what do y'all think? I think it's nice. Wish I hadn't spun it that last time, though. Let me know what y'all think. Well, I'll show y'all the dry version in another one. So anyway, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. And you know, share it to your social media so others can see my techniques, and they can subscribe too. That would really help my channel out grow and do some really awesome things. But yeah, and leave me a comment and tell me what I can do better and what I need to work on. Anyway, thanks, and enjoy your journey.